Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that has intrigued humanity for thousands of years: dreams. Every night, your brain creates strange stories while you sleep. Maybe you're flying, maybe you're falling, maybe you're back in high school trying to find your locker. But what do these dreams actually mean? Are they random? Are they messages from your subconscious? Or do they reflect something deeper about your waking life? In this video, we'll explore the psychology of dreams, the most common dream symbols, and what they might say about your emotions, fears, and desires. By the end, you'll have a roadmap for decoding your own dreams, and maybe even understanding yourself better. Why we dream before we decode symbols? Let's ask the bigger question. Why do we dream at all? There are several theories. Freud's theory. Sigmund Freud believed dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. They reveal repressed wishes and desires. Jung's theory. Carl Jung saw dreams as a way to balance the conscious and unconscious, often using symbols from what he called the collective unconscious. Activation synthesis theory. Some scientists argue dreams are random brain activity, and our mind creates a story to make sense of it. Memory processing. Modern neuroscience suggests dreaming helps us process emotions, solidify memories, and prepare for future challenges. The truth may be a mix of all these ideas. Dreams aren't meaningless, but they aren't crystal balls either. They're symbolic, emotional, and deeply personal. Flying dreams. Let's start with one of the most common, flying dreams. Positive meaning: flying often symbolizes freedom, ambition, or breaking free from limitations. If you're soaring smoothly, it may reflect confidence or a sense of control. Negative meaning: struggling to fly or being weighed down can reflect insecurity, lack of confidence, or feeling held back in life. Psychologists suggest flying dreams often occur during transitions, like a new job, a new relationship, or pursuing a creative project. They represent your desire to rise above challenges. Falling dreams. Almost everyone has experienced that sudden jolt when you're falling in a dream. Symbolism. Falling usually reflects insecurity, loss of control, or fear of failure. Context. If you're falling endlessly, it may mean you're overwhelmed or uncertain about the future. If you fall and land safely, it could represent resilience, your subconscious reminding you that you can handle setbacks. Researchers say falling dreams often appear during stressful periods when life feels unstable. Being chased, another big one. Dreams of being chased. Interpretation. These dreams rarely mean someone is literally after you. Instead, they symbolize avoidance. You're running away from a problem, responsibility, or emotion. Who's chasing you? If it's an animal, it might represent instincts or primal urges. If it's a stranger, it could symbolize fear of the unknown. If it's someone you know, it may reflect unresolved conflict with that person. Dream analysts say the key is not the chase itself, but asking, what am I avoiding in my waking life? Teeth falling out. This one is surprisingly common. Teeth dreams. Symbolism. Teeth represent confidence, appearance, and communication. Losing them in a dream may reflect insecurity, fear of embarrassment, or feeling powerless. Cultural view. In some traditions, teeth dreams are linked to major life changes or concerns about aging and mortality. They often show up during times of transition, like starting a new job, going on a first date, or preparing for a public speech. School or exam dreams. Why do so many adults still dream about failing a test or being late to class, years after graduation? Symbolism. These dreams reflect self-doubt, performance anxiety, or fear of being judged. Meaning, even if you're long out of school, your brain uses that setting to symbolize challenges in adulthood, like work presentations, deadlines, or personal goals. They're less about school and more about pressure. Death dreams. Dreaming of death can feel disturbing, but it doesn't usually predict literal death. Symbolism. Death in dreams often means transformation, endings, and new beginnings. It can represent letting go of an old habit, relationship, or part of yourself. Who dies matters. If someone else dies, it may symbolize your feelings about that relationship. If you die, it may represent personal growth or reinvention. Carl Jung called this the death rebirth archetype, a symbolic shedding of the old self. Houses and rooms dreams often use houses to symbolize the self. Rooms. Each room can represent different aspects of your mind or life. For example, a kitchen may represent nourishment, a bedroom intimacy, a basement repressed memories. Condition of the house. A messy, broken-down house may reflect stress or feeling out of order. A beautiful, bright house could reflect growth and harmony. These are deeply personal dreams that often reflect your current inner state. Water dreams. Water is one of the most universal dream symbols. Calm water. Peace, clarity, emotional balance. Stormy water. Emotional turmoil, anxiety, or uncertainty. Drowning. Feeling overwhelmed in waking life. Swimming successfully. Confidence in navigating emotions. Since water is tied to emotion, the state of the water reflects your current emotional health. How to decode your own dreams. So how do you make sense of your dreams? Keep a dream journal. Write them down as soon as you wake up. Look for recurring themes. Patterns reveal what your subconscious keeps circling back to. Connect to emotions. Instead of asking, "What does this symbol mean?" ask, "How did I feel in the dream?" Consider your life context. Dreams use symbols, but their meaning depends on what's happening in your real life. Dreams are mysterious, personal, and endlessly fascinating. While they may not predict the future, they're powerful reflections of your emotions, fears, and desires. So the next time you wake up remembering a strange dream, don't just brush it off. Write it down. Reflect on it. It might be your mind's way of sending you an important message. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into dream psychology, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share your most memorable dream in the comments below. Who knows? We may decode it in a future video.